The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to stack value picks in the 2024 NFL Draft as they have selected interior offensive lineman out of South Dakota State, Mason McCormick, and this is a pick that I am a fan of. Now, I was expecting them to potentially get a cornerback. There were still some pretty good corners on the board. They still need to fill their third starting cornerback spot on this roster, and they already took two probably starting offensive linemen for them in Troy Fautanu and Jack Frazier earlier in the draft. And I don't think McCormick is going to be somebody that's coming in as a starter week one and in year one. I think he's going to be more of a depth piece right away. But listen, man, I think the value that you're getting for this player is extremely high. I had him ranked as like my fifth offensive guard in this class. I had a round 3 grade on him. I actually had the Steelers taking him in my day 2 mock draft because I think he can play center. I think he can play guard. He can play all 3 interior offensive line positions. Now, he played mostly guard there with the Jackrabbits, but he has really good athleticism. So he's going to fit this wide zone run scheme that Arthur Smith is going to want to run here in Pittsburgh. And he's got really good play strength as well, so he can anchor. And these interior pass rushers one-on-one are not going to be able to push the pocket as easily against him. And he's going to provide some really good depth along the offensive line. And this also probably allows you to allow James Daniels, when his contract comes up, to let him go in free agency and allow McCormick, who I do see as a capable week 1 starter in the National Football League, to kind of take his place and not spend too much money along the offensive line and start spending money elsewhere, like quarterback, like wide receiver, and start filling out some of the skill position players that are a little bit more expensive on the Steelers offense. So it's definitely a pick for the future. It's a pick for now as a kind of really nice safety blanket here and plan B in case somebody gets hurt. If Sayamalu goes down, if Daniels goes down, if Frazier goes down, McCormick's going to be able to step in, I think, at any one of those positions and really step in as a starting capable player. And the Steelers' run game and in their pass protection isn't really going to skip a beat. I'm a big fan of Mason McCormick, so let me know. Grade the pick for me down there in the comments section. A, B, C, D, or F. For me, guys, for this pick in particular, I'm going to give it a B+. I probably would have gone a cornerback with this pick personally, but I really like the value and I like the approach that Omar Khan is taking here. McCormick might have been the top player on my board in the entire class, and you're trying to beef up this offensive line for the future. I think it's a good pick here. Dane Brugler from The Athletic had this to say about the Jackrabbit interior O-lineman. McCormick doesn't consistently play up to his testing numbers, but he has good eyes and feet in pass protection and outstanding physicality in the run game. He projects as a day 1 backup at all 3 interior line positions who can become a starter. He had a 4th round grade on him. I'm a bit higher on McCormick than Brugler was, but he did end up going in the 4th round, and it looks like he will be a backup with versatility to play all 3 interior offensive line positions. So this makes a lot of sense here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has 4 years of starting experience. Now, it's at a lower level of football, granted, but the film is really, really good when it comes to McCormick. I think that he's a really, really good player, and I would have been fine taking him in round 3. So I think this is an excellent value for Omar Khan, and I can't wait to see the impact and the potential future that Mason McCormick has with the Pittsburgh Steelers as a nice depth piece along the offensive line. Now, before we continue to talk about this pick here for the Pittsburgh Steelers and what could be coming next, let's have a word from our sponsor here at GameTime, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. I love using GameTime, guys, because I like getting tickets at the last minute. I'm not somebody that likes to get tickets, far in advance or anything like that. And GameTime allows me to get the lowest price guarantee on all tickets to any event. Plus, they have flash deals right before the event, so they reward me for procrastinating and getting my tickets by giving me flash deals that drive the prices down even lower the longer I wait and the longer I procrastinate. GameTime is the fastest growing ticketing app in the United States and is the only ticketing app on the market that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. See the view from your seat before you buy the tickets so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive at the venue, and tickets are sent directly to your phone instead of your email. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime today. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps, for $20 off. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. So, guys, when it comes to the short-term plan here for the Pittsburgh Steelers along the offensive line, it's still going to be the same as it was coming into the day. It's going to be Troy Fautanu at left tackle, most likely. Broderick Jones on the right side, on the other bookend. Then you're going to have Isaac Seumalo at left guard, probably Zach Frazier at center, and then you've got James Daniels at right guard. And I think that's very solid. And what this move with Mason McCormick allows you to do is that if Daniels goes down, if Seumalo goes down, if Frazier goes down, McCormick's going to be able to be a starting capable player, in my opinion, that gets interjected into this offensive line. And I don't think the Steelers are really going to miss a beat. And I think that McCormick has the upside here to be a potential starter down the road for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's an excellent scheme fit, and I think that he's going to fit in just nicely with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you might be asking yourselves, Jack, what about corner? We still need another starting corner, and we don't have one, and all we have left is 6th-round picks. Are we really going to get a starting corner in round 6? This is what I'll say about the cornerback position. Obviously, they didn't like anybody enough to take them in round 4, and they went the offensive line route here. So what I would expect for the Pittsburgh Steelers is for them to go into free agency. There's still some pretty darn good fits for the Pittsburgh Steelers at corner in the free agency market. I would prefer Stephon Gilmore, formerly with the Dallas Cowboys. Still a good player. You get him on a 1-year contract like you did with Patrick Peterson last year. And I think that he would be a great mentor to all the young corners in the room currently. Corey Trice Jr., Joey Porter Jr., Darius Rush. And you could definitely start Stephon Gilmore on the outside right away. And then I think Dante Johnson does have the skill set to play in the slot, okay? He's kind of shorter. He's never played on the outside, but Mike Tomlin is certainly not afraid to move guys around. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they bring back a guy like Cam Sutton, who apparently they have had conversations with in terms of bringing him back. He's a really good slot option for you. Patrick Peterson has played in the slot before for the Steelers. Chandon Sullivan is still out on the market. Elijah Riley is still on the market. The Steelers are going to find ways to address this need, but I am a little bit disappointed, if I'm being honest with you, that they haven't addressed corner to this point in the NFL draft. So let me know, who do you want the Steelers to draft next? The next pick is in round 6. There's rumors that I think Rappaport reported that Cortland Sutton might get dealt, so could the Steelers maybe trade a future draft pick for Cortland Sutton today? It's going to be very interesting for the rest of the day, so make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really do appreciate all of your support, and until next time, here we go, Steelers.